Bob Mueller has submitted his report to the Attorney General, period.
On the issue of collusion, Barr says the special counsel did not find that the Trump campaign or anyone associated with it conspired or coordinated with the Russian government in these efforts.
The collusion delusion is over.
This is something that millions of people have been waiting for nearly 2 years. Obviously, the president wanted this investigation to be over with. He wanted to be able to say that Mueller concluded that he didn't cooperate with Russia. This was a bit of a cultural phenomenon.
On the charge of obstruction of justice, we have not drawn a definitive conclusion.
But I have, and my conclusion is Trump's clean as a whistle.
Free at last, free at last.
So this was very good political news for the president, at least from what we've seen so far from what Attorney General Barr said. Now, on the Democratic side, they're obviously extremely skeptical of these findings. They want to see the full Mueller report, unredacted, what Mueller himself wrote, not Attorney General Barr's summary of the report. The end of the Russia investigation is obviously good news for the president. This has been hanging over his head for a while. It's been dogging him for pretty much the entire time he's been president. It does not take away the overall legal scrutiny of the president. He's cleared legally on obstruction by Attorney General Barr, but there are lingering investigations elsewhere. First of all, there are the hush money payments that were made to 2 women who alleged that they had affairs with the president, most famously the adult film actress Stormy Daniels.
Hi, everyone.
President Trump's former lawyer, Michael Cohen, pleaded guilty to 2 campaign finance violations related to these hush money payments. Federal prosecutors are still looking into these payments. The president has denied having these affairs. On the congressional front, Democrats in the House are undertaking a sweeping investigation into Trump and his associates, looking into whether they have obstructed justice or whether there's any other kind of misconduct from the Trump administration. Democrats are also in the process of trying to obtain the president's tax returns, which he did not release before the 2016 election. He broke with decades of precedent when he decided not to release his tax returns. Further, federal prosecutors are probing the Trump inaugural committee, the donations that were made to the committee, how that money was used, and whether it was properly accounted for. Now, one of the things that is significant about this is some Democrats were waiting to make their decision on whether they want to impeach President Trump until they saw Mueller's conclusions. They wanted to see what the president might have done, what the president didn't do, and whether this might meet the bar for impeachment, which is obviously a divisive issue that they do not want to undertake before the 2020 election. There are lots of other investigations, both inside and outside of Congress, that will still be dogging the president, even though the Russia investigation is mostly behind him now.